Technology is changing the way we do archaeology. With drones and cameras, we can see above the surface of the Earth and even below water. Using a method known as photogrammetry, or structure from motion, a series of overlapping photographs are taken and a digital model of the subject generated. We have applied this method to archaeological islands in Scotland known as crannogs. There are hundreds of these artificial islands in Scotland, and given the remote location and difficult accessibility of many of these islands, drones have allowed us to record these sites in new and exciting ways. Using this data, we have generated orthomosaics and digital elevation models, which help us understand the setting and form of these sites. 3D textured models offer a rare glimpse of these islands in ways that have never been seen before. Combining drone and underwater photogrammetry models, researchers can begin to reconstruct the entirety of the island, both above and below water. This reveals the later stone phases above the surface of the loch, and the much earlier wooden phases submerged below the water. Archaeologists and environmental scientists are working hard to understand why these enigmatic timber islands were constructed by Neolithic or New Stone Age communities in the Outer Hebrides nearly 6,000 years ago. But one thing is for certain: the significance of water. Through time, waterways would become an important highway for movement and trade. Commerce would soon rely on waterways, and even today, with planes, trains, and automobiles, over 90% of global trade is conducted via the seas.
It is not surprising then that according to UNESCO there are around 3 million shipwrecks scattered across the globe, many in deep and challenging locations, lying thousands of meters below sea level. These wrecks are inaccessible to scuba divers. However, thanks to modern technology, these sites can now be explored. Using remotely operated vehicles, commonly known as ROVs, essentially the Swiss Army knife of the underwater toolkit, researchers can now dive remotely to significant depths. There, they can use onboard technology to record and analyze the underwater world in new and exciting ways. ROVs were used on the Black Sea Maritime Archaeology project, led by the University of Southampton between 2016 and 2019. This project aimed to understand sea level changes in the Black Sea since the last ice age. Using robotics and geophysics, researchers gained insight into how ancient communities lived along the Black Sea and interacted with their changing environment. Alongside these environmental studies, researchers discovered over 65 shipwrecks, representing over 4,000 years of activity on the Black Sea. With some exhibiting remarkable levels of preservation, details such as carving in wood and delicate organics such as rope can still be seen. Using the ROV, thousands of photographs can be taken and used to generate detailed photogrammetry models. Now, these shipwrecks can be brought from the abyss to the surface in the form of digital 3D models. The most notable find among these was a 2,500-year-old Greek ship, with masts, oars, and seating still intact. Through the digital model that was created, researchers were reminded of a well-known vase from the British Museum, known as the Siren Vase, which features Odysseus on his famous Odyssey. Once thought to be merely an artistic representation, researchers have now discovered a real-life example of this ship. Not all historically significant ships lie at the bottom of the ocean. Some avoided a watery fate and remain accessible to this day. To study these vessels, archaeologists use laser scanners and drones to create accurate 3D models, inside and out. Laser scanners in particular emit a 360-degree laser to collect precise measurements in all directions. This data is represented as a single point, and by capturing millions of points, highly detailed digital models can be created. In 2024, a team from the University of Southampton used laser scanning to meticulously map the Royal Research Ship Discovery, which sailed to the Antarctic from 1901 to 1904 under the helm of Robert Falcon Scott, along with Ernest Shackleton. Laser scanning allowed researchers to document the ship in its entirety, from crew quarters to coal bunkers and individual cabins, providing a vivid look into life on board. This digital documentation also supports preservation efforts led by the Dundee Heritage Trust, offering a way to monitor and understand the ship's physical changes over time, as well as the impacts of ongoing conservation.
From sky to sea, laser scanners, drones, and ROVs are helping archaeologists unlock the mysteries of the past, preserving maritime heritage and creating a digital bridge to history. These 3D models allow people worldwide to explore and experience these discoveries, ensuring that our shared heritage lives on for future generations.